Okay, so welcome back to the channel. So, for those of you that haven't seen the first two episodes of this, we are riding all the way from King's Lynn to sunny Honey, otherwise known as Hunstanton in Norfolk. So, in the very first episode, we had an off. So, if you haven't seen that, make sure you go back and see that. And the second episode, no falls luckily, but was still an awful lot of fun. So, make sure you watch those two before you watch this. So, we've now rehydrated, had a bit of a snack, and we've also realised that there's only 36 minutes of storage left on this SD card, so the time is 3:37. So really, we want to be in Hunstanton by 16:07, just to make sure we've got enough, just to make sure we get all the footage we need to. It should be doable. We've got the end of this lane, and then we've got two more big lanes, and then we're in Honey. So a little bit of a race against the clock in this one, but I think we'll be just fine. Okay, rocking and rolling again. I feel as I've got more energy now, folks. I needed that break. I really did. There is the temptation when you're on the trails, or even when you're on a big road trip, just to keep pushing on and churning out miles, but you know, if you need to stop, make sure you stop. Take that break if you need it. Chances are, if you don't, you might end up chucking it down the road. Or you could just do what I do and, you know, get on the bike for 5 minutes and chuck it down on a green lane anyway. But you know, that could happen to anyone, couldn't it? I mean, more than likely me, but yeah, it could happen to anyone. So it's probably the steepest descent. It probably looks like absolutely nothing on the Insta. It isn't crazy steep, but it's you know, it's pretty flat here in Norfolk, so steepest descent we've got. So just going down, clutching, foot on the back brake, controlling that speed. Because at the bottom here, as you've just seen, there is a road. We don't want to go flying into that. Okay, so as we've been going into the villages, if you've seen the first two parts of the video, I've been telling you what they're called. I've completely forgotten what this is called. Let's hope there's a sign to help us out. I'm sure there is. If not, I'll have a Google and chuck it up on screen for you. Really little tricky road to get out of this. Can't see a huge amount around that wall, so if you're coming this way doing that route yourself, just be a little bit careful. The Crown Inn and Restaurant. No, it doesn't tell us the village, does it? Never mind. I'm going to chuck it up on the screen just now. Okay, swing a left here. And we're going to head towards Ringsted, but we are going to turn off before we get there. It's another one of these tricky little turnings on the route that is very easy to fly past if you've never done it before. So hopefully this video will help you out. That's what it's all about. So let's watch out for the grey cat. Okay. It's a national speed limit road here, same as the last video. I'm not going to go crazy because the audio is not brilliant, but we'll just poodle down here at 40 miles an hour. Hopefully it's okay. Just watch out for the deer on the left. If you've got a bigger bike than the Hemi, this is quite a nice place to get it up to 60 miles an hour as quick as you can. Not many people down here, especially after you pass these houses. Nobody likes people roaring past the houses at silly speeds on sports bikes, so he looks like a nice chap. I thought we might have got a wave then, but never mind. Okay. So say it's easy to miss this lane if you don't know what you're looking for. It's been a while since I've done this lane myself, so I'm going to need to be a little bit mindful, but I think we're just about there. Is it this one? Yeah, see, it sneaks up on you. Pretty confident this is it. Yes, it is. Okay. Public byway, this is what we want. So this starts off as... don't want to be in the third here, do we? So this starts off as tarmac and then gradually gets a little bit gnarlier as we go along. And then we've got a downhill section that's quite rocky. It's a little bit sketchy, especially in the wet. So, you know, good conditions today, but if you're a very novice trail rider, like I say, I'm definitely no expert, but it's one of the harder trails we're going to do today. Definitely the hardest trail in this video. So, yeah, if your confidence isn't there, it might be worth giving this a miss, or if you're by yourself, at least waiting until you've got a pal with you before you do this one. So, just go up on the pegs, some quite big bumps here. Here we go, and then the rocks gradually build and build from here on in. Hope you can see that view. I'm just going to chuck my head up a little bit, make sure I don't fall off on these, but stunning little trail to ride. What I like to do on this one is keep as central as possible. A little bit more grassy here, just to avoid the rocks. My hand is nowhere near the front brake, but haven't got my foot on the back brake, but I'm always covering it just in case I need to shave off a little bit of speed. But it's the worst of it. Got through there without any issues today, which is always good. One tumble is more than enough for any ride. Okay, just up on the pegs again. One thing I keep meaning to do is take the rubbers out of these. I keep talking about it, but I never actually do it. I go to ride the bike and go, yeah, that can wait till next time. But give it a few weeks, it's not going to be able to wait till next time. It's gonna need to be done. So this is tricky again. Lots of rocks. It's arguably harder than the descent. I just like to try and keep my hands as loose as possible. I possibly can while going up there. Just let the chassis of the bike and the suspension figure out where it wants to go, and almost be a passenger. It's easier said than done, but that's my aim. God, this is a little bit bumpier here than I remember. Like I said, it has been a little while since I've done this one, so just going into the forest now. A little bit of a descent, and that will be this lane done. In second gear today for most of these lanes. Like I mentioned before, I don't usually go too much above 20 miles an hour unless it's super flat. But yeah, 20 miles an hour for me on the Hemi. No change to the standard sprockets on this for me, so second gear is absolutely fine. Do get up to third occasionally. It's really open and flowing, get up to fourth, but yeah, for most of the trails, I'm a kind of second gear man. Okay, just come to a complete stop here because this is quite blind. Okay, there we go again. That's neutral. That's those motocross boots for you. Stunning little lane down here. Okay. So when you get to this corner, just be a little bit careful. There's cars coming around from the left sometimes, so what I like to do is just position myself on the right hand side of the road, give myself a good view of it, just in case anything is coming around here. It's the only way to do it really, especially this time of year when the bushes are still fairly high, you literally can't see a thing. don't want to get taken out by a 4x4 or something, so just going to take it fairly easy down here. I'm going to take it back a half a notch. A couple of cars there, so instincts tell me dog walkers, so yeah, we don't want to run over Fido today, do we? So what are your plans for the winter, guys? Are you going to be tucking your Himalayan or your other bike up for winter, or are you going to be getting out on it a little bit? There's no right or wrong answer. Just be interested to know what you're all doing. Let me know down in the comment section below. Okay, let's just cross over onto the other track here. Hi there. Bit of a look, but no response. No, very rude. I'm only joking, of course. You never know what's going on inside people's heads. They can have all kinds of troubles at home. You never know. So it's nice when people are friendly, though. I appreciate that. Okay. This is a dodgy little lane again, just to end on. Very, very rocky. Just trying to let the bike control what it wants to do rather than me having too much of an input. Sorry. Okay, dead stop again. I still can't see around that bramble. There we go. Okay. So we've got 1.5 lanes to go. They join onto each other pretty quickly. What time are we on? 3:48. Oh yes. We're going to be in Hunstanton by 4 PM easily. So absolutely fine. Just swing left here at the crossroad, down towards Thornham. This is the final little bit of road here. This is the last bit, and then we're going to swing a left here, just up that track. Again, there's usually cars parked here, so let's watch out for pedestrians and dog walkers. No, there's only one. They're only now getting out, so we're okay. And we're going to chuck it up here. So starts out quite wide, narrows as we get further up. Again, tricky little lane if you're not used to it. So I tell you what, my observation today has been absolutely horrific. The amount of little lumps and bumps that I've not even seen, and I don't know if it's because I'm a bit tired or because I'm talking to you guys, but it's been a bloody poor day from my point of view. I'm not ridden very well at all. There's no prizes for how well you ride, but the more observant you are, the less chance there is of something going wrong. Got away. I say I've got away with it. I've come off, but I've only come off once, so it could be worse. Oh, power! Okay, just slow down on this grass bit. Just don't want to come off. Just out of interest, any aspects of trail riding that you think you could be a little bit better at? For me, it's this like a little single track and sand. Not particularly good. I don't go up or down hills particularly quickly. I'd like to think I'm fairly confident with them. These single tracks, this kind of speed, let's stand up. There we go. Oh, we spotted one. There we go. We spotted one. I'm going nice and slowly. These are fine, but I don't have the confidence to go down these at any kind of pace. at all. But yeah, what are your strengths trail riding? What are your weaknesses? Again, let me know down below, folks. I would have loved to know. Have you got any tips for me? As long as it's not get off your bike and get in the car. I'd love to know that as well. Okay. Again, I don't think this is going to pick it up, but we should definitely be able to see the sea an awful lot better now. So, got one tiny little bit of road, then the final green lane of the day, and then I'm going to take you guys along with me for the final part of the road ride into Hunstanton, show you what it's all about. Hopefully, it's 8 minutes to 4, so we need to get there fairly swiftly. Whilst missing the young family. God, this is muddy down here, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're right. I thought it best not to go through there and soak you. You're welcome. Hey. This is where these Sayat tyres. I'm just literally more than happy to walk this through or paddle it through after earlier on. I mean, they're like racing slicks at this point, they're so full of mud. Yeah, I mean, that's the issue with them. That's the issue with them. Cool, got some cramp there. Do you know what? I've tried to ride through this before and I've been in agony, so we'll just stop it there. Give you a view of the sea and the geese if you can just see them there, but I'll stretch that out a bit, that's better. But yeah, after coming off once today already, I'm not braving it through there. But yeah, I think that's the benefit the semi-knobblies and the knobblies will give me. Just, it's going to make that so much more confidence inspiring. Don't know if you spotted here on camera the little girl putting her hands over ears. You've got to laugh, haven't you? Bless her. It's a stock bike on this Himi, so it's not loud by any means, but always best to wait and let them through. Okay, so this is again very, very bumpy, and I'm actually spotting the lumps and bumps this time. I haven't lost my mind, but my boots are so full of mud I can feel my feet sliding around on the pegs. Like I said, that's the issue with having the rubbers in. So I'm not even going to attempt to stand up anymore for the rest of the day, folks. Just don't think it's worth it. So we're just going to sit down and again be a passenger. But if you're not an idiot like me and you've taken the rubbers out of your foot pegs, stand up down here. It's a hell of a lot easier. This was my favourite lane on the TTR because the suspension and the chassis was so good, and they just soaked up everything. You could go down here with a decent amount of pace and feel fairly confident and safe on it. And this is one lane that I'm not going to say the Himalayan ruins because it doesn't. I'm still enjoying myself, but it was definitely better on the TTR. Wind's getting up. Let's just shut this, make sure you can hear me. Okay, so see ways you can go down here. You can swing a right. That is fully legal, should you so wish. Down there, not the farmer's field. But we're going to go straight on. Just extend the lane just a little bit. Oh god, these rubbers need to come out. This is awful. Swing a left before we meet the road again. Okay. So, I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching now, folks. Really is appreciated. Just in case my Insta cuts out before we get to Hunstanton. You've seen the bulk of the green lanes now. If that's good enough for you, hope you enjoyed it. However, if the Insta battery carries on and we can make it there, I'd love you guys to stay along for the ride as we go into sunny Honey. So let's see if we can get there before this dies. I think it's only about 1.5 miles from here, so we should be okay. Slowing it down, I'm just going to swing a left here. This is a great little road here if you've got a sports bike or a naked or something. Some lovely little corners on here if you want to open it up just a tad, but even on the Himi, still a great little road. Highly recommend it. Coming into Old Hunstanton. Hopefully you can see more than just the sun here. We'll find out in the edit. So Ringstead on our left, and that's where we'd have come out if we'd have carried on straight and not gone on the on that green lane with all the little stones on it. So okay, so coming into Old Hunstanton now. So lovely little beach, Old Hunstanton. We won't go there, but I'd say the beach is arguably better than, they don't call it New Hunstanton, it's just Hunstanton, but it's better than Hunstanton if you just want a little bit of a quiet time and just want to relax. If you've got kids with you, I'd probably say Hunstanton is the place to be. Loads of arcades, there's a fun fair there. That's where you're going to get your buckets and spades if you're that way inclined, so that would be my recommendation anyway. If you couldn't see the sea before, hopefully you can now. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but that green there is actually a 9-hole pitch and putt. Played on there a few times myself. Brought my own clubs, rocked up with a golf glove on, looked like a bit of a prat, but hey ho, there you go. You've got to make the effort, right? Okay, so we're just going to swing a right down here. And you will see, as long as this is still recording, yeah, we've got a red flashing light, we should be good. You will see a Hunstanton lighthouse there, just in the distance. I really should know. No, I don't think it's a working lighthouse. No, I'm pretty confident it isn't actually. I think, the more I think about it, I think it actually might be an Airbnb. So you want to stay somewhere a little bit different, that might be somewhere for you. Okay. Again, the sun's haunting us a little bit, so how much you can see, I'm not entirely sure. It's the only problem with a tourist hotspot. All the traffic. You never get anywhere very quickly, do you? Now, Hunstanton has its own park run. Regular viewers of the channel will know that I went to Holcombe. There's a park run there as well, which is about 10-15 miles up the road. There's one here as well, and actually we did it yesterday, so it's just along this screen here on the right hand side. The wife's family and their kids came down, so we did it with them, which was really, really nice. And for the half of the year they do it on the grass, keep all the tourists away from the prom and the main strip. And then in the winter we go down and do it near the seawall, which can be interesting depending on how windy it is. So if you're into your running or walking, fancy giving it a go, there's one at Hunstanton as well. Okay, here we go. So this is Hunstanton for real. So on the right hand side you'll see the pier, which is an amusement arcade. It's called a pier, it's not really a pier, but there used to be a pier that went all, out a significant way. And that burnt down about, it must be 20 years ago or so now. Maybe even longer ago than that. It was when I was a kid. No, it would have been longer ago than that. But no, it's it's an amusement arcade. So again, if you've got kids, this is probably the best bit out of the two. There's a Can-Am down there. Interesting. I don't want to be at risk of making this video too long, but I'm just wondering if there's anything interesting down there bike-wise we can have a look at. And those of you that know me personally know that I'm not exactly the most shy person in the world, but getting a camera out and vlogging when I'm so close to home, and inevitably I'll see somebody that I know that doesn't know I do this. Yeah, it does make me ever so slightly nervous. Maybe we'll do that, maybe we won't. We'll see when we get down there. But went to Motorcycle Live last year and filmed there, no problem, but of course nobody knows me. It's a little bit different when you're on your doorstep. I've had enough of him. Waterside bar here on the left, I'll be honest, used to be a bit of a dump. They've done it up recently, it's actually quite nice in there. Last time we went in there we didn't eat, but yeah, some people got some food on the table next to us, so it looked pretty nice. Here's the Can-Am. There we go. With a jerry can on the back as well. Be happy. Quite like that. Fog lights look cool. What do you think about trikes? I think they're pretty cool. Just about having the space to keep it, isn't it, really? I thought there was somebody I knew there. Right, let's let this guy out, shall we? There we go, Triumph Tiger 1250. Sneaking here. What have we got there? Royal Enfield 350. MT10, Blackbird. Let's pop in here next to this GSR. I bottled it. I'm not going to walk the line, but that is Kings Lynn to Sunny Honey on the Green Lane. So as always, folks, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this series. Take care, ride safe, and until the next time, goodbye.